In the last previous video, I took us through how we can even input the informations before we can submit our IRB application. And the last video I explained about how we can input the information about study identification and validation. And today we are going to consider how we can input the information about applicant particulars and study centers. So over here, some of the sections are mandatory for us to input those informations before the system can permit us to submit our document. So the first thing is investigators and site. So the first thing that you have to do is to click on add investigators. You come here and click on add investigators. So first of all, you click on applicants, particulars and study centers, and then you come here and add investigators. So you click on add investigators. Good. So over here we can see investigator 1, meaning that if there are more than one investigators or investigator, we have to input all of them their information. So but if you are a single investigator, if you are a sole person who is undertaking a study, then you only input the information for investigator 1. So the first section is professional title, which requires that you select a professional title, whether you are a doctor, Mr., Mrs., Miss, and Professor. So we have in this video, you select Mr., then your surname will come. You input your surname, and then your first name will come. Okay, first name. Then you scroll down. You know, the system has been designed in such a way that when you are inputting the information, the system will be automatically saving the information that you are inputting. The next thing is other name. You can see that there is no asterisk against it, so it is optional. But if you have any other name, you can still add it. But for the purpose of this video and time, I'll skip the ones that the asterisk are not against it or it's not against it. So all these ones, they are optional, so you can decide to ignore them. Even the CV for the investigator is optional in this case. So all of these are optional. So you scroll down and ensure that you input the ones that the asterisk is against it, so that the system can permit you to submit your protocol. So when you come here, investigator 2, assuming there are two investigators or two people conducting a study, then a second person will have to input the second person's details here. But since this particular video is only about one person conducting the study or a single investigator, we'll have to delete investigator 2. Good. So the next thing is about principal investigator selection. You can see that there is a red asterisk against it. So we have to click on the empty space here to select the principal investigator. The next thing is you have to click to add the site. The site is talking about the study site where you are conducting the study, or where your study area. That is what this particular information requires we have to input. So when you look at the site 1, meaning that you can conduct a study at more than a site or at a number of sites. But if there is only one site, then you input the information of that particular site. But if there are more than one, then input the information for all of the other sites. So enter the site name. So assuming I'm conducting my study at Central Region, so I will have to input Central Region. That means I'm conducting the study in all Central Region or all over the Central Region. The responsible investigator selection. So you click on the empty space and then your name will come and then you select it. The name will come like because you have already input it in a previous section, that is the investigator section. So once you click on the enter space, your name will automatically come and then you select it. So the next question is the site affiliated with a hospital? So the particular place where you'll be taking your data, if it is affiliated with a hospital, or if your study that you're conducting is affiliated with a hospital, then you select yes. If no, then you select no. Then you're good to go. So the focus is you ensure that you input the information for all the sections that are compulsory so that the system can permit you to submit your work. So we have filled all the sections that are compulsory. So you scroll down and then you click on next tab. It will move you to the next section, that is study details. In our next video, we'll consider how we can even input the information for study details.